Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. I really hope you're all well. I'm actually dog sitting at the moment, hence the different background. We're gonna be filming some videos from inside my living room today. Okay, just having a break, you know, mixing it up, switching it out. I'm coming at you with a TBR video. I know, right? Okay, we did one in January, we're doing one in February. Who am I? I don't know, but this girl's got her ish together this year, you know? I'm taking it back to 2020 on this channel with the hair today. I was looking back through some old videos at the weekend and realised how old I look now in comparison to when I started this channel in the start of the pandemic. And I feel like since then I look like I have aged 15 years and I feel like I have aged 50 years. So I thought maybe if I do the same hairstyle I was doing back then and similar makeup, maybe I will look younger again. And actually, you know what guys, I think I may have been onto something, because this is certainly more flattering than my recent videos have been. So here we go. We are going to be doing my February TBR. I'm going to stop rambling. I'm just going to jump straight on into it because you guys, I am excited about my February reading plans, okay? I'm very excited about my February reading plan. So, most importantly for February, number one on my reading priorities for February is, of course, House of Sky and Breath, which is the second book in the Crescent City series by Sarah J. Maas. This book is being released on February 15th, I believe. I'm currently filming this on February 2nd, so I do not have my physical copy here yet. I have got it on pre-order. I am so excited for that book. Like, I can't actually accurately put into words how excited I am to finally have that book in my hands and to like revisit Bryson Hunt and to just find out everything that is going to happen. I also believe that the Waterstone special edition copy has an extra little chapter from Bryson Hunt that is going to be quite spicy. So I'm really excited for that. So that is reading priority number one. I'm also currently in the middle, actually I'm about 3/4 of the way through Jane Eyre, which I'm reading for university, so that will be finished this month. That might actually even be finished today, hopefully. And the other book that I'm going to be finishing this month is Jade City by Fonda. This carried over from January just because I've had to do so much reading for university that I wasn't able to do quite so much like fun reading in January. So I didn't make it through as much of my TBR as I wanted. So yeah, I'm about 50% of the way through, maybe just over 50% of the way through Jade City. I'm loving this so far. I was thinking it was going to be a 5-star read, as you will have seen from my predictions video. Unfortunately, it's not quite making it to 5 stars for me at the moment. I think it's sitting more at a 4-star. I'm enjoying it, but it's just not quite got me, which is a shame. But if you want to know my full thoughts on Jade City, I'm filming a spoiler-filled reading vlog of my whole thoughts and experiences whilst reading this book, so definitely make sure you go and watch it. It's not up yet, but it will be probably after this video, I think, because obviously I have not finished it yet. But yeah, I'm enjoying it, but just not, you know. But for anyone who doesn't know, this is an Asian-inspired urban fantasy that basically follows two rival clans or gangs that are in control of a city called Janloon. And in Janloon they have Jade, and Jade is kind of the super sought after jewel that warriors can use to help power their abilities. But all of a sudden this new drug is on the market, which means that regular people or foreigners can also use Jade to increase their strength and their speed and everything else, and it's basically threatening the status quo that this society has always known. It's really good, but just, yeah, like I say, it's just not quite 100% grabbing me yet, but I do think that's also because I keep having to dip out of this and into Jane Eyre, which obviously is a very different vibe and is definitely taking me out of the story. So I'm excited to finish Jane Eyre today and then really get stuck into this and properly give it my all. On the topic of kind of classics, I'm actually not going to be talking about this on this channel. I'm actually going to be filming a little series on my Booktok, so I will leave that linked in the down bar for you. But I'm going to be embarking on a read of War and Peace by Tolstoy. I had this on my 30 before 30 list, and I do actually turn 30 years old in March, which I'm terrified about. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, don't want it, not interested, but here we are. It's happening, age is catching up with me. I'm not okay. But I realized it's February and I turn 20, I wish I turned 20. I turned 30 in a month and 2 weeks, and I haven't even started this bad boy, and it is thick. And these are like Bible pages, you guys, like they're super thin. So I'm gonna start a read through of War and Peace, and I'm gonna vlog the experience on TikTok for all of you guys who want to see me regret my decisions in real time. But no, I am actually really excited to read this. I've always wanted to read War and Peace, so I am stoked. I'm just very intimidated by the size, and also the fact that I have a very ambitious TBR here full of books that I really want to read, that I'm also going to have to somehow fit in alongside reading literal War and Peace. So yeah, but I am planning on annotating that and kind of just going super crazy with it, and the whole experience is going to be up on TikTok, so make sure you go follow me. So I have White Ivy here by Susie Yang. This was Barnes & Noble's pick of the month back in the summer, which was when I bought this when I was out in Florida in July and August, and I haven't read it yet, but I'm really intrigued to. So this is like apparently a psychological thriller, and from the back I don't really understand where the thriller aspect's gonna come in, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm excited to see. So this book is about Ivy, who is a Chinese immigrant, and she grows up in a low-income household in Massachusetts and develops a crush on kind of the local golden boy, this like waspy stereotype. Her grandmother basically begins to teach her to shoplift to see to all her needs, and then as she grows up she meets the guy's sister, and she's basically like tried to mold herself into the perfect woman for him, but I'm guessing not everything goes according to plan. This is like marketed as the talented Mr. Ripley basically. So I am excited to see like how it all unfolds. It says here that Ivy soon has a foot in two vastly different worlds, but the question is, which will she choose? So I guess she has to choose between like her culture, how she's grown up, her family, and then this guy who she's kind of like built up as like the ideal American dream in her head. But yeah, it's supposed to be really good, so I'm really curious. Apparently it was longlisted for the Centre for Fiction's first novel prize, and yeah, it's a truly addictive read according to Glamour, so we shall see. Then we have book 2 and book 3 in the Addicted series by Krista and Becca Richie. So this is Ricochet and Addicted for Now. These 3 books follow Lily and Lo, who are both battling their own addictions, and basically it's like a friends to lovers trope. So Lily is addicted to sex and Lo is addicted to alcohol, and the first book in the series kind of introduces you to the battles that they're both facing, and they end up doing this like fake dating trope to try and fool their families into thinking they're together so that they can both basically like cater to their own addictions without their families worrying, but obviously that becomes super unhealthy, and then the end of the first book you're kind of left on a bit of a cliffhanger. So the second book obviously deals with the events straight after what happens in the first book, and then I think the third one's going to be kind of like a reunion of sorts. Like I'm not going to say why they're reuniting because obviously that will spoil the first book, but yeah, I'm really excited to see how these go. I really loved the first one. I read it when I was in Mexico in the summer when I was waiting to get out to the US, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. So I'm excited to delve back in. I've been meaning to read those now for months, but just kept getting distracted by other things. So February is the month. Then we have You'll Think of Me by Lucia Franco. Now if you've watched any of my videos from last year, you'll know that Hush Hush is one of my favourite books that I read last year, and that was also by Lucia Franco. So I'm really excited to delve into another one of her standalone romances. Now this one I believe is set in small town Georgia, and it follows Luke and Olivia. So I think they're together when they're younger, and then something causes them to split. They go their separate ways, and 9 years later they are reunited when Olivia comes back to town, and I think Luke is going through some real hardships of his own, and Olivia basically has to be the person to guide him through those, even though she's the person who broke his trust to begin with. So I think this is going to be really good. I know that Lucia writes kind of the best smutty books, so yep, thank you, just thank you for that. So I think this is going to be a spicy time. I think this is going to be a fun time, and if you know me, you'll know I love anything in America. I love small town America. I love southern small town America. So yeah, this is going to be a fun time. And then talking about spicy reads, we also have Lilac by BB Reed, which is a reverse harem book set in the rock music scene. Just yes, thank you. I really love reverse harem books, as I discovered when I read Den of Vipers last year, and I'm just really curious to just delve into another one. So Lilac follows Braxton, who I believe becomes guitarist for a band, and she's the only female in the band. And I think they have like quite a good degree of success together, and they decide to split, but they're going to do one last tour before they do. So they go off on tour together. She's the only girl, surrounded by guys for the whole summer. I'm going to leave it up to your imagination what happens. I could be wrong, but yeah, I think it's along those lines, and I'm really stoked. I love this cover, by the way. Everybody else who shows this book seems to have a different cover, but there was 2 available on Amazon, and I went for this one because I'm just obsessed. I was worried it was going to be like a foreign language version or something, but it's not, so it's all good. And I also love the fact that the front looks like it's been signed by the band. So yeah, I'm really stoked to read that one. Then we have Throttle by Lauren Asher, which is the first book in the Dirty Air series. I think this is like a brother's best friend trope. And this book is about Maya and Noah. So Noah is like a Formula 1 legend in the making, and Maya's brother is on his same team, and Noah's kind of, I think, in this like self-destructive mindset where he basically just wants to like destroy everything around him, including Maya. Everyone says this series is really good, so I'm stoked to give it a go. It'll be a sports romance with a difference. It's Formula 1 themed, it's exciting. This was one of my Christmas presents from my dad, who loves Formula 1, so when he saw this on my list, I think he like read through kind of like all the synopses for the books that I put on my list, which actually in hindsight is kind of worrying because I also put Lilac on there, which he didn't buy for me, and like I wonder why. Anyway, yeah, so Throttled, I'm curious to see how this is. I think it's going to be a really good time. I also love like the chapter headers have the Formula 1 cars on, and this cover is the alternative cover, I think, and yeah, I'm a fan. So if I enjoy this, I'm definitely going to pick up the rest of the books in the series. I think they're all companion novels and all basically follow the guys from the team and their respective like romantic interests, so yeah, good times. And then we also have Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, which is a kind of companion series to the Caraval Trilogy. I've summed this up on my channel a few times now, so I'm just gonna be super quick about it, but basically Caraval was one of my favorite series of all time. I just loved the whimsical, magical fantasy land that she created. This book follows the Fates, and in particular Prince of Hearts, which is one of the characters I found super interesting in Caraval. And I think the female lead in this makes a deal with the Prince of Hearts. She gives him 3 kisses, or like does a deal for 3 kisses in return for what it is she actually wants. But the thing is, he can redeem those 3 kisses whenever and with whoever he wants. So she doesn't necessarily have to kiss him. He can engineer it so she has to kiss other people. So I think it's just gonna, I don't know, create all kinds of chaos. And I know this is obviously set in the same universe as Caraval, so I'm hoping it's gonna have those same like whimsical, magical themes that I loved so much in those 3 books. But this apparently was sold as like a companion series to Caraval, so you didn't need to have read Caraval to read this. But apparently there are some mild spoilers in this for Caraval, so if you haven't read Caraval yet, make sure you read that before you pick this up. I don't want you guys to like spoil yourselves. Anyway, that is my super ambitious February TBR. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, please do let me know. Comment below, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new, and also let me know in the comments what you're planning on reading throughout the month of February too. If you have any anticipated books coming out this month, let me know. It's a fun time. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.